All right, I'm gonna get straight to it. I'm so tired of hearing the disrespect on not Justin Herbert this time. Yes, I am tired of hearing disrespect about Justin Herbert, and I'm not hearing disrespect no more about Caleb Williams, because I guess everybody's starting to wake up. But he is one quarterback. I don't really talk about him that much. He's not like one of my favorite quarterbacks, but I am, I am, I do like him. And I mean, I was pretty big on him when he first came into the league. But Russell Wilson, I was meaning to do a video on Russell Wilson a while back, and I never really got a chance to get to it. So I just decided, he's like, you know what? I'm about to pop this video. I'm about to pop the webcam on real quick, camera on, and I'm about to just talk about how ridiculous it is about people disrespecting Russell Wilson. And I see why people are doing it, but I don't understand why people are doing it. Because if you really look deeply into how Russell Wilson played within the past 2 years, he honestly did not play all that bad. Again, like I tell you guys all the time, I judge players, especially quarterbacks, based on the resources, the minimal, scarce resources that they are given, and what they can do with those scarce resources, especially as compared to their other peers in the other league. I mean, not the other league, in the rest of the league. Russell, I just hear like people just disrespect him for the past 2 years so much. I've hardly ever heard anybody, as outside of probably Tyler Lockett, stand up for Russell Wilson within the past 2 years. Everybody else, I just hear people just disrespect him. Oh, he's been playing bad, this or that. Never mind how terrible his coach was. Never mind who in the hell was on his team. Who was he? What was Russell Wilson working with? Never mind any of that. It's just, oh, he played so terrible. He lost his foot. He lost his foot. He lost his touch. He lost his footing. He's not the same Russell Wilson. He can't cook anymore and stuff like that. It's just this ridiculous like slander that I be hearing about Russell Wilson. And it just pisses me off, really. It really does, because what I don't understand is why people will give excuses for certain players, for certain quarterbacks. No, I'm not going to say people. I'm going to say the freaking media. Why does the media give excuses, and they try to rationalize things for certain players, but they don't do it for another player? So I hear people give Josh Allen a pass all the time. I even hear people giving Aaron Rodgers a pass all the time. You know, and I hear people give Lamar Jackson a pass all the time. Dak Prescott a pass all the time. But for some reason, these certain players that the media wants to pick, and they want to like tarnish their career, their legacy, or say they're overrated, or say they need to win enough games. But those other quarterbacks that I just named, what have they really done? If you're going to really say that, I mean, I'll tell, if you're going to ask me what they have really done, I'll say they're great quarterbacks. They produced on the field. Outside of Aaron Rodgers, you know, they some are really great in the regular season, and they're terrible in the playoffs. They're great quarterbacks. Yes, they are. They're good. Not all of them are great quarterbacks. Some of them are very solid quarterbacks. But the media and most of the vast majority of fans, they rate quarterbacks just literally purely based on wins and losses. And then when you get to quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, and then they want to pretty much, they don't bring up wins and losses. It's, oh, what can he do on the field? I mean, look, have you seen what he could do on the field? He does win games. They haven't won that many games, as much as no more than what Justin Herbert and Justin Herbert and the quarterback that you have pretty much the media is destroying and disrespecting. Like, really, how many games has Josh Allen won as opposed to the playoffs? I don't know how many playoff wins Josh Allen has, and I'll look it up. I cannot remember, right? But I surely know he has not. He does not have a lot. Let's see. What is Josh Allen's playoff record? So Josh Allen has a 5-5 playoff record. He has played in obviously 10 postseason games. He has his skills with he has a passer rating of 100, accumulating 2,723 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 4 picks in the playoffs in 10 playoff games. So I mean, I want to specifically look deeply into this. I mean, because that's very average. That's very average for a quarterback that the media tries so hard to, the word I'm looking for, I guess you could say, to just give Josh Allen all this credit. You know, they talk about what he could do on the field, his stats. Really, what about Justin Herbert though? What Justin Herbert has produced on the field as well. I mean, Josh Allen really wasn't even playing that well until Stephon Diggs came on his team. Justin Herbert has played well with or without his weapons. He has played well regardless of Keenan Allen and Mike Williams was on the field, regardless of Austin Eckler was on the field. Justin Herbert has shown that he does not need those weapons to produce. But because he has not won a playoff game yet, it's all his fault. You know, and it's just, or he's overrated. And Russell Wilson has a damn Super Bowl. He has a Super Bowl, and he's been to a Super Bowl. He's been to 2 Super Bowls, and he has 1 ring. Almost every single year since Russell Wilson has been with the Seattle Seahawks, he has produced on the field. And I don't think he played all that bad given what he was given with the Denver Broncos. And then when Sean Payton came, he played even better. Sean Payton made things way more complicated. But we give excuses, but we want to just pick and decide what quarterbacks we want to give excuses for. Tua, another quarterback that people just find excuses for. Tua has been so terrible his first year in the league, and now all of a sudden, you know, he's playing all right. He's playing a little better because the coach that he has and the freaking team that he has, the whole freaking offense that he has around him. I sit there and I watch Tua play these games, and I see Tua underthrow Tyreek Hill. I see him like Tyreek Hill has to come back to catch the balls that Tua are overthrowing, but people don't bring that up. I've seen Tua throw so many interceptions, just literally, and these aren't like tip passes or mistakes or miscommunication from Tua and the receiver. I'm literally seeing Tua just misreading the defense and just throwing the ball right to the defensive back or to the linebacker or the cornerback. I literally see Tua do this plenty of times before. I've seen Tua underthrow Tyreek Hill and throw interceptions. But I don't hear people talk about that. You know, and Jalen Hurts. I feel like Jalen Hurts is being low-key disrespected. That's another quarterback. He's been to the Super Bowl. He had an MVP year. And he just had a setback. He did not play that bad last year. He just had a setback. And all of a sudden, everybody wants to jump off the Jalen Hurts bandwagon now because he had a setback. And let alone, never mind that he had lost his offensive coordinator, Shane Steichen, who was a phenomenal coach. And you see what he's doing with Anthony Richardson. Never mind that. It's just, this is a make or break year for Jalen Hurts. He has to produce this year. Etc. No excuses for Jalen Hurts, but they find but Tua, the last game that Tua played was completely terrible. It was terrible. But I don't hear enough of, oh, this is a make or break year for Tua. I hear, oh, maybe this could be an MVP year for Tua. Joe Burrow, he has not done anything since he's been to the Super Bowl. I mean, so it's the fact that, you mean Russell Wilson, he is on a much better team. That he is on a much better team that has a better coach that he since Pete Carroll. Sean Payton is a good coach. He's a great coach, but I don't think Sean Payton is as great as a coach as Pete Carroll and Mike Tomlin. I definitely don't think that. But Mike Tomlin, he's a bit tyrannical. I don't think that Sean Payton, you know, he picks and chooses who he wants his quarterbacks to be, his types of quarterbacks. I mean, he did not make the situation a lot any better for Russell Wilson whatsoever. I mean, so I don't understand why people still find the need to disrespect Russell Wilson. He is on the Pittsburgh Steelers. He has Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is a very great coach for any quarterback to have. Look what he did with freaking Kenny Pickett. And look how much patience he had with Kenny Pickett. I mean, so I don't understand why people don't think Russell Wilson is not going to do a wonderful job with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the disrespect that the media is pushed, the narrative that the media is pushing for freaking Justin Fields, somebody who has done absolutely nothing in this league, for him to start over Russell Wilson. Are you kidding me? Justin Fields over Russell Wilson? Justin Fields' worst years were not even as good as Russell Wilson's worst years. Russell Wilson's years in Denver were still better than Justin Fields' entire career. Russell Wilson's worst years was better than Justin Fields' entire career. And people are trying to say Justin Fields should start over Russell Wilson. When has he ever shown at any point in his career that he's a better quarterback than Russell Wilson? He's not even better than the worst Russell Wilson. So why should he start over Russell Wilson? Are we seriously going to sit here and analyze the fact that Russell Wilson should not start off a few segments in the preseason games of this year? Is that what we're really going to go based on? The media is biased, man. People are biased. Fans are biased. They just want to pick and choose who they want to pump up, and they want to pick and choose who they want to tear down. And it makes no sense because their analysis is not even consistent of how they rate these quarterbacks and what they're rating these players off on. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. The Denver Broncos, given how Sean Payton coaching was pretty inconsistent last year, the Denver Broncos, they had almost a chance of going into the playoffs last year. Russell Wilson was playing very, very well last year. And they were even saying it last year that, oh, Russell Wilson, is he back? Is he able to cook now? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Russell Wilson is going to prove the ridiculous media wrong. He's going to prove all of you haters wrong. Russell Wilson is a great quarterback, and he is a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback. I just don't understand the hate that this man receives because he decides to just be calm, mellow, respectful, and just be a gentleman at all times. People want to find the reason to disrespect him. Who cares? That's who he is. That's how toxic the media and how people are and the fans are. You're over here trying to force this man to react and to be something that he's not. If he doesn't want to snap off and go off on people or reporters or his teammates, then damn it, he don't have to. He doesn't need to. That's not him, and that's never has been him. He's consistent of who he's always been. It pisses me off, man. It really does. It pisses me off. And football season is next week, and I cannot wait. I really can't wait for a lot of these players that the media likes to disrespect. I cannot wait for these players to freaking shut them up and prove them. No, forget proving them wrong and showing them how stupid they are and how stupid their takes are. Because it's very annoying. It's very, very annoying of how biased the media is. It really is. I mean, these players are almost getting their Hall of Fame careers tarnished or made just purely off the media. Just purely off the media. If I was a player in NFL, I'll hardly ever be on my phone. I probably wouldn't even have a phone. I probably don't have a phone, but I would probably never ever be on it. Mostly never on social media probably. I would probably hire somebody to run all my social media accounts because I would not be looking at it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy now. I mean, the media is getting worse and worse. I mean, you have these analysts and they come up here and they just don't know what the hell they're talking about. And some of these guys actually played the game, and that really tells me that they do know what they're talking about. They do know that the players, because they played in this game. Some of these guys are Hall of Fame players, great players that I grew up watching. Being an analyst is a different skill. So and then also their bias. I can tell how biased they are. So I don't even want to say that these former players don't know what they're talking about, but they are biased. And they lack the skills of being solid analysts. It's a different skill than being a player. So that's just that. That's it. I just wanted to let out my frustration on that because Russell Wilson is going to be. Oh, you know what? Before I end the take, that's why I am so excited to see how Tom Brady is going to do with his broadcasting. Because Tom Brady seems like a very, very straightforward, honest individual. I have seen him call out the NFL. He has called it out, and he hasn't single-handedly called out players, which I respect him for that. I think that's very solid of him. He hasn't called anybody overrated or anything like that. He's not trying to disrespect any players, but he has called out the NFL collectively. And I think that's a wonderful thing that Tom Brady did. Because somebody has to do it. And why not the GOAT? Why not Tom Brady? If anybody knows what they're talking about, it's definitely Tom Brady. And I'm very happy that he is an honest, straightforward, direct individual. Because the stuff that he's been saying lately, I have been agreeing with every single thing that he's been saying. I do think that, I don't want to get too much off topic because this has too much to do with Russell Wilson, but I do think that the NFL has gotten a little soft. I do think that to a certain extent, it is very cruel to just throw rookies out there, and they haven't really sat down and really studied how the NFL really truly is. I mean, the best way of learning football is to play football. The best way to learn the NFL is to play in the NFL. But I think that there is levels to that, and there's a certain extent to that. I believe what Tom Brady is saying when he said that is that football isn't a complicated sport, but the NFL isn't complicated. But there is some deep science to this. There is some deep studies, some deep focus that you have to spend a lot of time with this sport, with this league, of really understanding it, let alone being a quarterback. And so when you're talking about shortening preseason and practices in the off season and everything, I do understand where Tom Brady is coming from, because he's saying we're dumbing down the game. We're dumbing down the game so players can just play early. It wasn't always like that. So I wholeheartedly agree with Tom Brady. I really do, and God bless him. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what he's going to do this year broadcasting. I see like the owners are trying to eliminate him from being in meetings and stuff because he has part ownership with the Raiders. But Tom Brady is Tom Brady, man. He's going to always be prepared. He's always going to find a way. I have so much faith in that guy. Always has been since 2004, since I've been 14 years old. I'm 34 now. Always have faith in Tom Brady. So they can try to, limit him to whatever they want. Tom Brady she's always going to show up, and he's always going to show out. And we'll leave it on that note. Russell Wilson's going to show y'all wrong. Justin Herbert is going to prove y'all wrong. Caleb Williams is going to prove y'all wrong. And I'll do this prediction again. It's going to be the Chargers and the Bears in the Super Bowl, and I'm sticking with that. We're going to be back here next time. See you guys tomorrow. All day.